We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nightmares on the Frontier, episode 2. This is our custom forged in the dark skin, with lots of that has been made for the channel for us to essentially playtest and have a great time with. But hey, I'm not the only one here, so let's just go ahead and go around the table. Everyone introduce yourselves and your characters, and I don't know, maybe our game master has an awkward question that we should answer or something to ice break. We'll see. As you can see, Fairy is not with us today. She's not feeling well, so we'll hopefully see her next week. Otherwise, let's go ahead and Jamie, kick us off, ma'am.
Um, yeah. So I'm Jamie. I'll be your dungeon master. Like Val said, I kind of whipped up a little bit of a skins, fantasy, western, horror, all my favorite things, just mixed pot of whatever. For Blades in the Dark, super great game. By uh, Mad Hat, is it? Or no?
John Harper, so it'd be Evil Hat Productions.
Evil Hat. I said Mad Hat. Yeah, it's Evil Hat. But yeah, it's a great game. And we've been enjoying it. My question for our players, is what when you guys think about, you can answer this as a player or as a character or both. When you guys think about nightmares, in the real world, what comes to mind? What do you think of? What, either mental image or the feeling you get? Either way.
Nice. Hi everyone. I'm Emmer, humble in the internet. I am playing Ruben Zahir, who is our darkling clairvoyant that is just a bisexual hot mess. Nightmares for me specifically, as a child, I used to get night terrors. So nightmares immediately put me in that particular headspace of repeated horrible dreams. Whenever it comes to games, I just think of a big old hellfire horse. That's immediately what comes to mind when I think of nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah, those majestic steeds. That's my answer.
Hell yeah. I am Dave, known as Jamaica Squeeze here on the internet, and I am playing Aremiel Mendoza, a member, sort of the Kingdom of Soul. And nightmares for me conjure up images of giant forces, not necessarily things that take bodily form, but they are things that always do massive amounts of damage. They are destructive. That's what comes to my mind with nightmares.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rendis of Party Wipe Games. I will be playing Cassandra Silk. She is our Silver Tongue by disaster prostitute. She has fairy wings that do not work, and she scared off a bear last week, so that was fun. So she's definitely not afraid of the wildlife as far as nightmares go. But for me, kind of the same answer. For the night terrors, those are always fun. My nightmares also usually include like dying in some way, so that's always fun. And then when you wake up and you realize you're alive, you're like slightly more terrified. Like, what if this is the day? So I'm not really sure what nightmares would manifest for Cassandra would be, but I don't know. Probably something scary. Something about falling because she has wings.
Hey everyone, my name is Val. This is the channel. Today I bring to you Rian, Dr. Rian. She is our dwarf archaeologist, so she likes digging in the dirt. Sometimes has a very funny accent, which is just what the accent is for dwarves in this world. I made it up. So I can't do it wrong if I make it up. And as far as nightmares go, that just the constant feeling of falling. You know how like when you wake up from like falling, like for me, like that's what comes to mind when I think of nightmares. I don't know what causes it. I know there's some weird science stuff behind it, but for me it's the worst feeling in the world. to be constantly feel like you're falling, which is why I hate roller coasters. Um, like, so, hey, guess what? If you would like for us to encounter our actual nightmares in this game, you can help make that happen. This is a viewer-affected game. You can affect the games with your bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies that you donate to the channel will give us a reroll for anyone that can roll dice here. So our GM cannot roll dice, does not roll dice. We roll dice. So you cannot give this reward to the GM, nor can you give the sub reward. The sub reward will give us additional dice to our rolls that we can use, which is a huge advantage for the more dice you roll, the more chances you have of rolling a 6, and that's what we need. Excuse me. And if you donate through Coffee or through Streamlabs, starting at $5, you can just make stuff happen. Like, give us an idea. At the discretion of our game master, of course. We will never do anything that will cross our lines and veils. And as a reminder and a disclaimer, this is a horror game. Scary, disgusting things will happen. So viewer discretion is advised. And with that, that's me. That's us. Jamie, take us away, fam.
Okie dokie. Well, welcome back. Our little crew, or our little family, went through kind of a harrowing but fairly typical experience on the frontier. Last time we saw them explore a valley where they stumbled across a strange border into some kind of magical forest, and they found a tree with red bark and black leaves that grew hearts where its fruit should have been. And they brought one back to Lockie. What she wants with it, they don't know. However, we did see that you guys got 6 coin from that, and quite a bit of crew XP. And we didn't do downtime, did we?
We also didn't do we did not do downtime. We didn't do our complications or the other thing that the crew gets.
Entanglements, I think you said.
Or entanglements.
We didn't do rep, right?
Oh, right.
Or entanglements, yeah.
Did we not do reputation? I thought we did.
Maybe we did. I know we did experience.
No, we didn't do, because there's no rep on y'all's crew sheet. So we'll give you guys some rep. Let's see. You earn 2 rep by default. If the target of the score is higher tier than you take +1 rep. Per tier higher. If the target of the score is lower tier, you get -1 rep. I would say you guys probably just get 2 rep for this. It's pretty standard, and you guys do, you do have people noticing that you're leaving town and coming back with scars and less equipment and stuff. So.
And a jar with a heart.
I mean, yeah, if you have that, just holding it up for everyone to see. Look, we're back.
Got a jar of dirt.
Make way for our special item. Don't look. It's not for you, but here it is. Sorry.
It's totally here, but don't look at it.
I just get carried away. So you guys did get 6 coin, I think, right? Or was it 4? I think I gave you guys 6 for this one.
6, yes, because we filled up the
Fine, and then we took some coin each.
Yeah, we took some coin each, like 2 each or something.
I think it was 1 each.
It was 1 each.
1 each. Okay.
And it looks like you guys got heat already. Let's see. So that just leaves the entanglement. So you guys have 3 heat. So somebody roll me a fortune roll, which is just a d6.
Make Dave do
I'll do it.
Oh,
Let's see
okay.
here. Yeah, usually bad for me, but I'm feeling adventurous today.
Mhm.
Ah.
5,
6.
Ooh.
6.
Yeah.
Look at
Fuck
you.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Wow.
So, let's see. I believe. Wow. You get a +3 satisfaction asks you for a favor.
Oh.
If you don't have a +3 faction status, you avoid entanglements right now. Let me check. I don't think you guys have a +3 status faction.
Nope, I think our highest is 2.
Mhm.
Look at me knowing things. Wow.
Right. So you guys just managed to kind of avoid any negative effects of kind of performing business in this town. Sometimes it attracts the wrong kind of attention.
I mean, that's good considering that we essentially like got a couple of Kingdom of Soul soldiers really intoxicated and extorted them for some stuff.
True. It could have went
Stole some
sideways.
things.
So
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that.
Let's see. Downtime. Each of you get 2 downtime actions, which can be quite a number of things. But standard are acquire an asset, which is going to be, since it's the first time we're doing this, I'll kind of go over each of them. Acquiring an asset is a temporary asset. It's acquiring either a cohort, a vehicle, or a service, a special item like a magic item or something like that that you can't normally get. That would be something that you could try to do as a downtime activity. You can work on a long-term project. That could be anything from like, creating some kind of, uh, spell or magical item or a new wagon or literally anything you could think of that would just be a long-term project. Recover is to heal and rest your physical body, and then indulge vice is going to be what you do to get rid of stress. When you indulge your vice, if you you can overindulge, which is if you would reduce more stress than you have, you overindulge and has negative side effects. It can. I mean, honestly, it just leads into more like role playing, honestly, for most of the time. So it kind of just can lead down some weird rabbit holes. And then training is really straightforward. You just gain XP, kind of describe what you're doing to hone your skills. You can only train, I believe you can only, no, I'm thinking of, I don't think
can't
that's downtime.
train your body with 2 downtime actions. You can't do it twice. You can do body and mind.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I knew there was some restriction associated with it. Yeah, so you can't train the same attribute twice in the same downtime. And then reduce heat is where you work to reduce the heat that your crew has acquired over the course of your scores. You guys are at 3 heat right now out of a total of, I think, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9. Yeah, 9 and then 10 would start over. And I believe once the heat fills up, your wanted level goes up. You can become incarcerated. Well, to take your wanted level down, you have to have one of your teammates go and like turn themselves in and become incarcerated.
Oh no. Okay.
So, with that being said, anybody want to go first? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I had a question, which I suppose might mean that I'd be going first. Stress. So, how do you eliminate stress? Do you have to roll a dice?
You do your vice roll.
Yeah, so you indulge your vice. You roll your, let's see. You make an attribute roll using your character's lowest attribute rating. If there's a tie, that's fine. Just use that rating. And you clear stress equal to the highest dice result. So.
Okay.
For most of you guys, it's probably going to be roll 2 and take the lower.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of you
Okay.
might have better stats than that.
And if I have 2 stress out of however many is that we can get, is that worth trying to get rid of right now, or is that an okay amount to have?
So the way that it works is that if like let's say you're going to indulge in your vice and you only have 2 stress and you roll
Yeah.
a 4 on your dice,
Yeah.
then you overindulge, which
Okay.
leads to consequences. So
Yeah.
if you're interested
It's
in
a
consequences,
it's a matter of balancing your
Mhm.
stress versus it's a risk reward because your
Yeah.
stress can ramp up very quickly during the heist stuff.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you hit the full thing, bad things happen as well. But overindulging can lead to interesting things. I've seen some
Yeah.
fun shit happen with overindulging.
We are definitely a crew of fuck around and find out, and my character in particular is pretty fond of rabbit holes, so I think I would like to relieve some stress and then try to train in mind.
Okay.
Mhm.
All
So I
right.
have to roll 2 dice and take the lower.
Let's see. What's your lowest attribute? No, it doesn't look like it because you have one in.
So I have 1 in body, so I just roll
Yeah.
a dice.
Yes, you just roll 1.
Okay, fuck it. Oh, it's a 3.
Okay,
I get
so
rid of my stress and I overindulge by 1. Now my my vice is I like to partake of mind opening substances to help them achieve some enlightenment, and I bring about the voice of Salma Gundy for some wisdom, who is my positive dangerous friend, who's an otherworldly entity. So I imagine when I get back, I want to try and get rid of the vision of the really creepy body horror.
So you're going to do
And
drugs?
Yeah, I'm gonna do drugs. Try to
Mhm.
look for some answers. Yeah.
um
I overindulge by 1.
Mhm.
yeah, and you you end up inhaling this strange incense, and it um takes you backwards through, almost you feel like you're going back through time, but then you realize you're seeing like the uh memories of like your ancestors, and it leaves you a bit jarred. And you also feel like something's watching you.
Okay.
So for a little while you have what's called the unquiet dead, which in this case is going to mean that your uh, your ancestral spirits are kind of drawn to you.
Sweet. Um. Okay. Yeah.
And then, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Yeah. I imagine I'm back in our treehouse, away in my own personal little cubbyhole of it. And Ruben's definitely going places in there. Maybe comes out for a drink, and just looks like he's seen some shit. But he always looks a little weird, so it's another Tuesday.
I don't know. I've seen the art. He's pretty cute.
He's real cute.
He's so
He's real
cute.
cute. Yeah.
Mhm.
I have art, everyone. I tweeted about it earlier, actually,
Mhm.
if you want to go and see the art of this character. And I think if I train mind, I can take 2 points in that, because that's our
Seems like it.
focus. Is it
Mhm.
focus training? Our training, yeah.
Yeah, you guys have the crew upgrade training in mind, so you
Sweet.
get 2 points.
I will do that.
How do you train your mind?
So maybe I'm training my mind on my wild adventures. It could be all.
All right.
Reaching a new state of enlightenment and having some conversations with Samagundi. So he just sounds like he's talking to
Yeah.
himself, which I imagine is just another Tuesday. But that's me.
Maybe you have like some kind of like symbol drawn on your wall that has realize like
Yeah.
that he talks to you through it.
Yeah. See my shocks out. Absolutely. But that's me, I think.
All right. So we have we have our religious nut Eremiel, right?
Aremiel.
Eremiel, yes. So he was preoccupied, I suppose, for your last job. Maybe he was on a mission from his from a higher calling. But you guys keep in mind that you now have this religious, not zealot, but kind of, how would you describe yourself?
Aremiel is a man of devotion. All things come through the deity of my knowledge, the color. And I am simply doing my best to serve it and to bring it to all so that they may feel its warmth and so that they may be changed for the best, so that they may see the true color within themselves.
I love it. Yeah, so you guys keep in mind that you got that guy hanging out in your treehouse.
Indie loafer worshiper.
And you know, he is you guys can help each other with downtime and stuff. I just want you guys to know that we have another party member, another crew member here.
I imagine there's like one time where he comes back to the treehouse and Ruben is in his cubbyhole tripping balls. Like,
just the occasional like out of nowhere.
And, you know, I'm, you know, got my little eye microscope, probably looking at some tendrils because I have definitely took some tendrils. Like, let's be honest here. I feel like, God, I can't get my accent that I made up. Morning, preacher man. Where are you?
Good morning.
Big booming voice.
Yes. I see that you are all in one piece. You have been protected another day.
Back my beaded curtain and be like, Aurelio, hey! What's happening?
The mission trip was a success. We have brought some of the... How do I want to be polite?
Lost.
Sure. I was going to say fools, but lost I think is more polite. We brought a few of them in. The more that see, the higher the truth for all of us. I am sorry to have been away at such a pressing time.
Oh, that's okay. You didn't miss anything too exciting. We did run into a couple of your friends, though.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine you do not mean true friends of mine.
No, not the true friends,
Yes.
but your friends.
My formerly known folks will find themselves, and it is my mission to help them. If
They
are
definitely
stubborn.
found something.
And
then
then
lost
some.
things, yeah.
A troublesome group, you all.
I wondered where they went. I changed their map around using magic, so they'll be in the middle of nowhere.
Hopefully, the middle of nowhere. Very good chance they're all dead.
I'm pretty sure you sent them off to where they turned to stone. You're getting stoned.
Oh wait, I need to go tell him about that, and I wander back into my cubbyhole and start talking to myself again.
He is getting stoned. We sent them off to get turned to stone. It's a good day.
I'm glad you were all entertained and are safe.
Look at
Genuinely.
this. And I go and stand up. I'm probably only like 4'11" because I'm a dwarf. And I go and like stand up and I just shove a tendril in his face that's been like cut open. It's withering in my hands. What do you think?
I would like to grab said tendril.
I will hand you the tendril.
There are many wonders out in these strange lands. Do not let them distract you from your true self, although I know it is important for us to study such oddities. Have you found anything interesting within this specimen? And I would like to hand it back.
Give it back. You wanna... Preacher. I do have my true self. I know exactly who I am. And I looked down at the tendril. Like, haven't found anything yet, but working on it.
Of course, and I hope you know that I mean no insult. I am simply concerned for your soul.
It's a good thing I don't believe in a soul. As I continue, go back to my workshop and continue to. I am flavoring this as starting a long-term experiment to understand the biometrics and the curse that was technically placed upon, and how can I harness that for us.
Okay. Yeah. So you want to make an experiment roll for that project?
Yes, I do. Experiment. All right, Rion. Yep, I got one in experiment. Yeah,
You could also be investigate as well if you want.
I do have more in investigate, so we'll go and go with an investigation roll for essentially studying the tendrils. I'll say this one might have definitely came out of the coyote that I smashed its brains in. My sledgehammer. All right, I got a 6 and a 1, so
okay.
There's a success on that one.
Yeah, it's 3 segments to the clock. I'm gonna say this is probably a pretty big clock.
6 pi.
Yeah, we'll go with. I'm thinking this is probably 8, right?
Ooh, an 8. Yeah, I got it.
You're trying to understand like a curse.
Yep. How to harness a curse. Absolutely.
Okay, so 3 out of 8. That's still pretty good.
That's really good.
And what about your other downtime?
Ooh, I only have 1 stress because oddly enough, I was fine through most of that endeavor. I did not have to scare a bear away after all. I definitely hit things before they hit me. As far as my other downtime activity, I will, after I'm done with my experimenting, I will, see if I'm gonna train my body. And by doing that is, I have a little in my room. I have a bench press, and I'm gonna go lift weights.
Okay.
Gonna get some sick gains. Got it.
Yeah.
And as a dwarf, I do not skip leg day, so I am also doing squats.
It's all leg day all the time.
It's all leg day all the time.
Every day is leg day for a dwarf.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's true.
I love it.
It's true. So I'm gonna ask if anyone wants to help spot me. Like,
I shall hold the bar if you need help. My hands, you're doing all of it. It's all you. I'm not even touching it.
I might have offered originally, and then you maybe turned me down like, nah, you're good.
Ruben, you are far too stoned. No, like far too stoned. And I will take up the preacher man and just. All right. Add another weight,
couple more.
please. Okay.
You can do a few more.
Oh.
Good.
Oh.
I'm not even touching the bar. No, I'm touching the bar. I'm touching the bar. I'm touching it.
Thank you.
It is my duty to serve.
All right.
Appreciate it. I'm actually a little worn out from playing that out. I did some strength.
Method acting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's Rihan's downtime.
All right. Well, I have some things that need to be done. Namely, I need to recover from that coyote mauling that I took. So I'll. Is it the same in this one where I pay the coin and start the clock?
I believe so. Let's see. Recovery is.
Yes, here we go. It's like a long-term project. Your healer rolls tinker for a PC with the physiker quality. Then you mark the number of segments.
So you have to ask the healer to help you. That's
Yeah, I gotta find somebody to heal me.
It's me. I'm back.
Hey, when you're done being awesome over there, I could use a bit of a workout myself.
Mhm.
Yes, as to, if I may speak of a bit of the meta, if that is a thing
Mhm.
for a moment. I do have the ability to aid with the restoration of blood, the mending of bones, muscle fabrication, skin regeneration. Everyone in the crew gets plus 1d to their healing treatment rolls because of the spells that I cast.
1D always makes me feel better.
Yeah,
More than an extra D is always great.
I prefer the max.
Multiple Ds.
Yeah.
Can I take multiple Ds, please?
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
Oh, it's fine. We were all right there with you.
This is the chaotic bisexual energy we came for.
Yeah.
Your comfort with D is entirely up to you. The color does not restrict you. The color accepts all levels of D.
Well, Padre, don't worry. If you help me now, I'll be sure to utter a few prayers later.
I'm sure very sincerely.
Of course, it's always sincere.
So it seems like you would roll cast and then you get an extra die as well to do towards healing.
It does say the healer rolls. So
Yes, yeah. So Ramil would roll.
it's all in your hands, Padre.
It is a 3, 4, 6.
6.
6.
Right. So
I will pay the coin to kick that over too, because it says it would make it.
yeah,
5.
you can pay a coin to increase the effect of it, I think, right?
Yeah. Because all I'm doing is trying to get rid of that level 1 harm. So as long as it's gone, I'll need that ramping up to more later. our coin. The sad. Okay. The other one that I wanted to do was I was going to get rid of our heat.
Okay.
And where was that one?
This one's kind of up to your imagination.
So I went ahead and changed one of my friendly contacts because I do feel like this would be something that Cassandra would be doing. So my uptick friendly dangerous friend is Xenophon, a Darkling lawman, because I don't know what you call the police here. It said blue coats in the other book, but yeah. So it's a lawman that she'll she regularly keeps association with. They're our person to make things disappear, and she probably gives them a little something on the side to smooth things over.
Like the guys who like do like the patrol officers are called constables, but like other than that, like lawman is fine. Like that seems he's probably more of like a desk job kind of.
This is a person who would make the shady
pusher.
Yeah, the shady stuff go away, our files. Particularly, I know we put up a lot of heat from robbing the Solarians. So,
would you negotiate with him, or would you like?
I'd probably. I would be negotiating with him, and then in pillow talk would convince him to make some files disappear.
So you're manipulating him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Get it.
Yep. Yeah, so she's going to be super friendly with them. And 2 dice. A 5. 4 and a 5.
Nice. So you reduce 2 heat.
Cool.
So you guys are down to 1 heat.
Yeah. All right.
Both your downtimes involve D. I like it.
Exactly. Just got to D it down.
All right. Remiel, if you want to, you go ahead and do 2 downtime activities. I mean, you weren't you weren't at the score, but I feel like it's only fair to have you do a couple of things to help the team out too.
Which things would best serve our unit? Perhaps I think that might be also a fair way of using this time. If there was something in particular that the others thought that I should address, or that my talents might be useful toward.
Nobody?
Or I can go
We've
work
got-
out as well.
Yeah. We've got one
Boy, I'll
heat
watch
left,
it.
correct? Yeah.
We do have 1
Fair
heat, and also you could. We do have a long-term project going. You can always try to help with that if
Oh, yeah.
Val's okay with it,
Oh yeah.
and
What is this project?
oh yeah.
Well, I'm trying to look through this root tendril nasty and seeing if I can harness the curse within, maybe create some sort of potion or spell, something that we can use possibly in the future.
Perhaps my keen eye for the adept and my connection with the true lord of the realms might assist us in looking further into this being.
Hi, who's that again?
I'm sorry?
Your true lord? Who is that again? I
To-
forgot because half the time I don't listen.
It brings me nothing but it brings me nothing but sadness to hear you say that, but it also brings me nothing but joy to speak of its name and tell of its pleasure. The color, a being
Which color?
of the universe, that is all light, that is the entire spectrum, that is energy incarnate. It exists in all of us, and when we have the opportunity to be contacted by it, it can inspire us truly. It can transform us into the best version of ourselves. And I suppose if and when it allows me to tap into its power with my belief and my devotion, that I may be able to look at something like this squid piece.
Wait, this didn't come out of a squid. It came out of a coyote.
Oh,
It was
such
connected
things are
to
not
a bar.
connected to what?
A bar?
Connect. Yep, of course. Yes, a bear.
Which is connected to a fox?
You said I didn't miss anything.
Which is connected to a tree? Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I'm sure that tree and any of those animals, if they were brought together, it was the true purpose, the will of the color, to make them one, to make them whole.
You haven't exactly told me what color that was. Is it blue?
It is not a specific color. If anything, blue would be the least likely to be represented.
Okay. Is it like does it work like light? Is it reflective or does it absorb? Like if it's all colors together reflective, it just becomes white. But if it's all colors absorbed together, it's black.
And you are just starting to see the surface level complexity of its outward expression.
You
Father,
Is
reached
it
tier
one
one.
thing?
Father, I hate to bust your bubble, but that's just science.
I am familiar with science, my friend.
Okay. Anyway, and I just like hoist some more tendril at you, like the largest piece. Go on.
Where science fails, faith succeeds. At which point I would like to use my connection with the great being to cast a spell that might inform me more of the magical nature about this thing.
Absolutely. You can focus on it and cast sort of a divination magic using your channeling abilities.
That would be my cast roll then, unmodified.
Correct.
A 2 and a 5.
All right. 5. Let's see. As far as the actual like meta part of it, it's let's see. It is 5 is 2 segments towards the clock. But after both of you, you've done experiments on it. You've like uh not you but let's see. Rian has experimented on it and taken samples and looked at it under a microscope, and you cast this divination spell on it. Together, you guys kind of discuss your findings and start to think that um, this curse has, um, well, it's definitely It's definitely necromancy. It has to do with like the manipulation of life and death, and you get the feeling that um, the curse itself, uh, you kind of already knew this, I think, maybe, but the curse itself didn't originate in the tree, but was placed there by some other entity. So you start to think that um, that this is probably a side effect of one of the either entities or just the nature of the Nightmare Frontier in the way that it has these strange properties and the sort of miasma that has strange effects on the environment and its inhabitants. I know that's a lot of rambling, but
No, it's good.
try to just give a little insight into it.
Don't apologize for describing the things we asked for, Jamie.
Yeah, we want those lordoms. Give us the lore.
So that's kind of what you guys are picking up on.
Okay.
It seems like the tree was a vessel for this curse, and that the curse itself has to do with manipulating dead things.
Mm.
Seems like all those creatures you ran into were already dead.
Ooh, interesting.
Despite them having this like fluid in their weird.
When I had my mask on and we were inspecting once we got to the actual tree, there was like I don't know if it was necessarily a source, but a very strong energy from the fox that had the heart in its mouth. Yeah, is that true?
Yes, and and it almost seemed like maybe that whatever magic was being like channeled through the fox, and perhaps some part of the fox was influencing it on maybe like a subconscious, like animalistic level. It seemed like almost like wish fulfillment for this dead creature, in that you guys saw this kind of picture perfect version of the forest. Two of you did. You got you stepped through some kind of something. All right.
Wait,
you have one more downtime activity.
I'm gonna pee.
Then we can start doing other things.
With this other downtime activity, perhaps I should pray with the lawmen. They might find something helpful in that, or distracting even. However, the message of the color flows through me. It is its will. I am one of its prime and top servants. Keeping me safe is a priority.
So, how do you think you would? So you want to pray with the constable?
I would like to get as many of them together as possible. Now, I hate these men. I hate them deeply. But I will try to see them eye to eye. I will go down to their level. These swine, these disgusting, awful animals of people, and attempt to save them, even if it is them simply trying to shoo me away, or me genuinely reaching out to their hearts. I want to pray with these idiots.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what skill that would be, or action rating. Probably negotiate, maybe, or
I was thinking negotiate myself.
Or manipulate, probably. Yeah, you can roll negotiate if you'd like, and I'd like to think that. Well, we'll see how the roll turns out before I say too much.
That's a 6.
Yes. Okay, so you weren't too off the mark with saying that this might fall on deaf ears, but you go down to where a lot of these constables tend to take their afternoon breaks, and you catch a few of them and manage to try and grab their attention, and most of them kind of shoo you away, but a couple of them who are also like excommunicated members of the church, or maybe one or two of them who are uh, either excommunicated or left by their own choice of the Kingdom of Soul to kind of start a new life here. They kind of start to listen, and they can't help but find themselves agreeing with a few things you have to say, and kind of begin to ask you some questions, and you feel like maybe having some influence over these men could help you in the future, as well as make it harder for um, or make it less likely for the law to suspect you guys of wrongdoing. You guys are just a church.
Now,
Like us.
there's a bit of a detail I think that a few, as far as my physical demeanor, that I think would be helpful in how obvious I'm being, although it is always earnest. While I wear the cassock of a traditional man of the church, it is not in any way regular, because I have taken a white one and dyed it entirely in bright and beautiful colors, many rare and difficult as far as the dyes to procure. So it is a tie-dye of sorts that is a religious garment. I'm also a large man, and while some of it is a bit hidden under these garments, if I roll up my sleeves, you see some thick ass arms.
The guns.
And so the garment itself, it may even more accurately be described as one of those sort of color changing fabrics that sort of looks purple at first, but when you look at it at different angles, it appears different colors. That is the color I'm entirely in, hat included. So people, they know what they're getting into when I walk there. I am glad to see that some of the other former members of the kingdom are seeing the light.
Yeah, they well, you already have one of them as a contact. I believe it's Yafi, a Sylvan
I
constable.
do not actually. I have a dwarven priestess and a Solaran servant as my
So
contacts.
all of those guys all of those names are contacts for you,
Got
but
it.
the dwarven priestess is like a close friend, where
Got
and the other one is like a rival. The other three are just kind of people that you know either through work or some other method means. Yeah, so I would say maybe that is one of the guys that you guys meet, so you have a name to kind of associate with it. Um, Maybe he's the one who kind of latches onto your words and asks you, for advice, and says, where can I find you, and maybe I can, learn more about the color.
Now, would we have established that I would conduct such a meeting at our workplace? And this is to all of us. Would you all be comfortable with me holding sermons or private lessons in our office space? Or should I
Yeah.
do that somewhere else?
Nobody complains about me doing my work here, so.
Or mine. I feel like everybody goes there looking for some kind of spiritual experience, regardless of which one they visit.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
As
Take
long
me to
as
church.
no one touches my stuff, I'm good.
The thing that makes me hesitant for this particular person, maybe I would meet them at their home, because they are a disgusting lawman. And I don't necessarily want to bring them to where we congregate.
Right. Don't bring the cops here. They don't need to know what.
Be cool, man. Mm-hmm. Be cool.
Yeah, he just wants to know how he can contact you, I suppose, is what I was being getting at. But
He looks into the sky. and asks for the color, and he asks for guidance, then the message may find me. I also am quite easy to spot.
True, very true. You guys, you're just so you know, you do have the hidden upgrade for your layer. So your layer is kind of magically obscured as well as it's kind of underground, if I recall. So like think, Order of the Phoenix type thing, where it's like, nobody can get in there unless you kind of show them specifically how to do it.
It's also
Um,
very Neverland. Like this is the Lost Boys hideout.
Yeah,
Under a tree.
I very much
Under a
imagine
tree.
it like
Yeah.
the Hook version with Robin Williams,
Yeah.
where it's like this elaborate, really cool underground treehouse, with like some neat skylights and some weird, maybe like there's like a magical fish tank that doesn't have any glass. It's just like water suspended in air that's like has fish swimming around in it.
That's where I've been standing for the last half hour, just watching the fish.
I remember when I was a fish, just in this primordial goop, swimming around in the sea.
Ruben, you don't remember.
So
You think you remember.
that being said, you guys are free to do whatever you want. Sorry, I made you guys do all your downtime activities.
Darn.
Oh, we got to reduce the heat, by the way. We didn't roll a die for it. Or
Oh,
no,
that's right.
yeah, we roll a die to see how much heat we reduce.
Oh, there's only one left, so.
Yeah, I think that you always get at least one reduced. So
Would it be
Guys-
possible for me to overindulge in heat reduction?
he's too cool for school.
Oh no, we're too goody two shoes now.
Oh no, everybody loves us.
Y'all are squares.
Did roll a 3.
Nice. Well, it's not nice. It's the worst. It's a failure, but in this case, it still gets you one heat reduction, so you win.
Hooray.
You guys have 0 heat, and y'all can kind of discuss what you think your next move is going to be while I fill up my coffee really quickly. It won't take
Okay.
just a moment.
What should we get into next?
I'd like to have more things.
Things are good,
I
yes.
do not have enough things. Look, and just like my shelves are empty.
Look at my stuff. Aren't they neat?
Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Sorry, that's my character.
Can't do that. Disney will come for us.
Yeah. I feel like I should take a walk about like I'm hanging with my ancestors right now, so I'd like to show them around.
Where? And I'm like looking around like, aren't ancestors supposed to be dead?
Not here. Oh yeah, they are.
You just got a bunch of dead people hanging out with you right now.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm sure they really like our hideout, but I feel like we should I don't know, do something.
As long as they don't
You know,
touch
there
my
was
stuff.
other things on the map that we didn't explore that they had marked off. Perhaps we could investigate one of those locations.
Just not where you turn to stone. I mean, we
Yeah,
could.
no.
We could. We could.
I feel like we would have to go really prepared so that we know how
I-
to not turn to stone.
And Catriel's not here. I wouldn't want to go and do that without them.
Fair.
Find something close by to do.
Here, I'll just like flop out the map that we have our stolen markings on.
We don't have to necessarily go out in the frontier either. We could.
No?
We could. I mean, there's got to be somebody in town that has something precious and rare that we could just make mine.
Are you promoting theft?
Always.
Property is not real. Ownership is a fallacy.
Fallacy. Yeah.
If that is what you tell yourself to give you the right to touch my stuff, that means you do not own your face, and my
Phrasing.
sledgehammer will touch your face.
Rian, I will not be so petty as to rifle through your trinkets or even the
Trinkets.
important pieces of history and the world that we find and study through the will of the color. We do have a purpose, and it is to expose and explore as much as we can out here. But please do not feel the need to get violent with me over things.
Cool.
I'm with
Don't give me a reason to be violent. I will not be violent.
I addressed my cards, and we have this lovely beauty right here. It's a warning about hoarding, and I feel like this is aimed quite specifically at you, Rian.
Hoarding?
She's,
Why would anybody hoard?
well,
I'm not
why
going to
indeed?
heed that warning, and you want to know why? Look at my shelf.
It's very empty. Maybe you need a little bit of hoarding to then feel the opposite of hoarding.
I'm just saying, there's got to be someone here in town that has a little bit too much. You know what I mean?
Oh, so we should help them of their hoarding issue by taking some of their
Yes.
stuff.
Maybe that's what the card is saying. Yeah. We need to go and help someone who is hoarding and balance the scales a little.
Aye.
Balance is an important property. Should I pray about it? Should I look to the color?
If it helps you sleep at night.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that's what I've been doing, praying.
I would actually like this to be something actionable. If I could cast a spell to divine a person with many things that would be within the town.
For sure. Also, just as a side note, while I have the floor, you guys do have a crew upgrade called Mage Armor that gives you protection from. It allows your armor to protect you from magic, just in case you were to like run into something that turns you into stone or something like that. Just want you guys to make sure you know that.
Yeah, sweet.
That is one of your crew upgrades. As far as getting information, that's going to be a gain info. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I don't have my cheat sheet open. That's dumb.
Oi, get that open.
Yeah, I have it bookmarked. Here it is. I'm going to use it. So, gather information. Basically, you're going to roll your cast to try to how did you phrase it?
Divine. If there was a collection worth investigating.
Yes, and whether your information is limited, standard, or great will be determined by the dice roll. So,
you threw that one on the floor. I'll get another. A 4 and a 5.
Not too shabby. So that's standard. Good details, clarifying questions. All right. So I don't know how the clarifying follow-up question is going to technically work, but we'll figure it out. We're going to figure that out right now. So the good details you get is you kind of enter your state of meditation or prayer. You see flashing images of a Sylvan man. He's walking down the street, and he wears a very distinct, like, blue suit. He has kind of a pocket watch, and you see him check it very frequently. He's got gray hair, and he seems like he is making sure that no one's following him. And you see the next image you see is him going down a cellar flight of stairs into a cellar. And you see what appears to be a small trunk made entirely of brass and it has these very elaborate carvings on them. You see what appears to be depictions of people doing like religious acts, like kneeling, praying, uh, raising their arms in the air, and it could almost be described as like a it's a relief the on the this brass box, and that's kind of what you see. You don't know where this cellar is, but you know that this man in blue knows where it is.
My eyes glow multiple colors. A rainbow forms between my hands, and I look into it. Then I close my hands, and the colors between me and my eyes disappear. A man in a suit. Yeah. A blue suit. Gray hair. Ah. His cellar. We must find the Sylvan man in the blue suit. Ah.
Reaching his ecstasy right now.
I was going to say, do you need a hand there, Padre?
Never.
You sound like you're almost there. Just a little godly push might give you the clarity you need.
Wait,
The hand of
Cassandra,
man.
should I need your services, I will be a gentleman and pay for them.
Wow, I was offering it for free, but if you wish.
Oi, preacher man. Do you know
Yes.
this man's name?
I did not receive information other than his visage.
Oi. How old was he?
Middle-aged. His hair was graying. The suit was very specific.
Blue suit, Sylvan.
I would know this blue. It is a color that is unique.
Wait, maybe it was a sign because I said blue earlier.
This is a careful man. He was looking over his shoulder. He does not take his steps lightly. But perhaps we can put some weight on them. And it could be, in fact, that it was connected to your insinuation earlier. The color works in mysterious ways.
The color blue?
The color as an entity, and I understand what you're doing, but I will always entertain it, for it is my greatest joy. Speak of the color.
I know. That's why I do it. To bring you joy.
I'm not sure that's true, but maybe in part,
Why you call me
and
a
I
liar?
appreciate. If you would like to confess sins, that is something else entirely. Although, is lying a sin? Or is it a mechanism of defense? This is a man in the blue suit.
A Sylvan man in a blue suit. Okay. He went into a. He went into a cellar. You said.
Unfortunately, I do not believe I was as connected as I have been in the past, and that occurs. It does not mean that my faith is not strong.
No one's doubting you.
However, I saw simply that he was in a building descending, and there is a brass box that may be the thing which you so seek, which we all seek, which the color would guide us to.
You stumble backwards. You get another flash of images. I'm gonna help you out a little more. Yeah, just like that. Just to kind of clarify, because it does say you get some clarification. There is you can see that the box is on a dirt floor, and you can smell the smell of gasoline. You hear a humming coming from the room above the cellar. Sounds like this constant and the lights are kind of like there is like electric lights here, which is not uncommon, but not in every building.
Ah! My eyes return to normal again. On a dirt floor. The box is on a dirt floor. It is a place that does have access to both electricity and gasoline. There is a large machine in the room above the cellar. We find a place with electricity and gasoline and the Sylvan Man, and we will find the box.
I
know
like
what's
this.
in that box.
Perhaps I can divine on a map, see if we can narrow down a specific location in our town.
Could start asking around.
Yeah.
I'm certainly okay with you all trying to gather some more information. Sometimes gathering information can be a clock type of thing where you have just gain bits, pieces. Is there you're trying to figure out what part of town it's in? Is there a specific
Yeah.
question that you would be looking to ask your clientele, Cassandra?
If anybody knows, I feel like just the direct approach here for giving the description that the father had given us of this man, if it matches anybody's description, do they know anybody by this look?
Right. I just need to know your respective kind of goals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go very direct with it. Have you seen this man? And hold up a badly drawn picture.
It's like a crayon drawing.
Yep.
It's like a
Like
stick
stick
figure.
arms.
It's a stick
Yeah.
figure with gray hair and like a
Yeah.
blue
The
body.
best blue suit on a stick figure. Have you seen this man?
I don't know what would be funnier, that or if it was like the fucking Mona Lisa. Like you're like, you're like you drew this like amazing portrait, and you're just like, have you seen this beautiful man?
This beautiful man.
So yeah, I'll let you guys also roll gather information since it seems like y'all need some follow up. Rue, I think you'd be rolling cast is what you're trying to use divination.
Cast, yeah, because I'll be using my fine divination tools.
Okay.
With the map to try and see if it's swinging in a particular direction, basically.
Gotcha. Sounds great. Like a pendulum.
Info. Yeah, definitely a pendulum.
Pardon
and
my southern
I'm gonna
accent.
no, it's fine. I'm gonna try to ask my ancestors to help out, given that I know that they're kind of watching me right now. I feel a pressure to succeed.
All right. I love it.
So yeah,
seems very appropriate.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll cast? Do I get a +1 for the fine divination tools?
I'll say that it will increase your effect. So
okay.
It'll take it from limited to standard or standard to great, depending on what you roll.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I can do that. A 1 and a 5.
1 and a 5. All right, so it would be standard. So exceptional details. All right. More than expected. All right, and then before I go into that, let's go ahead and have you roll as well. Cassandra, you can roll your manipulation, I imagine, for your.
Okay. I figured manipulation or insight would work.
Insight, yeah, I could definitely see insight working as well. I'll let you decide what you feel is more appropriate.
It's the same amount of dice, so.
Well, then I'll say you're using a little bit of both. You can roll those dice.
Well, it doesn't change regardless. It's a 3 or a 3.
3. Okay. So let's see. Let's go in order here. So your information as you're kind of holding your divination tools above this this map of the city. You can see the city, it's shaped like a half circle. with the flat side being kind of against the mountain range that
Mm-hmm.
it is built aside. And there are several parts of the town which I have written down conveniently. The districts, yeah. So let's see. You get the feeling that this is in the industrial district. As you're kind of focusing on it, and you begin to like your pendulum begins to like slow, and you feel it almost like it sticks out, like it's like there's like this force
Yeah.
manipulating it, like pulling it in this direction, like it's defying gravity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pointing at the industrial district, which is a pretty big area, but there's not a whole lot there other than like, these factories. They mostly make like mine cars or mining equipment, and um, equipment for like logging and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's also like magical industry, I imagine, as well, to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'll mark it down and then start talking to myself again, probably in a darkling dialect, to my ancestors. Like, hey, you see that? Look at that, it worked. And I'll
um,
mark it down.
yeah. And you were asking about the man. You you don't know many of your friends have never heard of this man. But there are a couple of ladies who have worked with him or accepted his work, and they said that he was really weird, just like to watch, and uh, never took his little suit off. Um, that he never gave his name, but he did seem to always have like the smell of like kerosene, like, and a little bit of like a burning, like almost like burnt chemicals or burnt rubber or something on his that kind of this aroma that he or stench that he had on him. Let's see. You get Rue. You have since you rolled uh, well, you get exceptional details. So
Mm-hmm.
you can ask some follow up questions if you want to about
Um,
like maybe what's in the industrial district, or what
yeah,
questions you have.
sure, yeah. If if it's a place I've been before, was it indicating a particular region, which would suggest a specific type of industry? If there's multiple that are going on there, and yeah, I think just a bit of detail on what goes down in this industrial zone. What sort of industries
Um,
are there?
well, a lot of it is either lumber fabrication or mining. So they um, they have like people bring in. There's lots of lumber incoming, like raw lumber, raw materials coming in, raw ore. That gets either printed into sheet metal, or cut the logs cut into beams so that people can make homes or what have you, wagons, things of that nature. They also have they have like a very fruitful industry surrounding like the basically the exportation of mining equipment to all these different companies that are kind of all scrambling for land on the frontier. So the people that are selling that stuff are making a good amount of coin. As far as more information. I mean, there's a lot of shady stuff that goes on, but it's more of like white collar crime that you would imagine. This that happens during this type of era, corruption, stuff like that. On the floor level, it's mostly just people busting their ass 9 to 5, trying to get their boss's quotas filled or whatever.
Mhm. If
Go
he's
ahead.
wearing a suit, can I assume he is maybe got a decent enough rank that he's not wearing,
Yeah, he's
mining
maybe
gear?
a foreman or
Yeah.
like even a higher up, like a shot caller executive type.
Okay. All right. I scribble all these things down and then pass the information on to my companions.
Sure.
A strange individual once you put all of this together.
Mm.
He likes to watch. Stays in his suit.
Ooh.
A voyeur.
Yeah.
If
You
that
know,
brings him joy.
yeah, don't yuck people's yums.
No kink shaming.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not how I would spend my coin, but to each their own.
So does he do anything
Sorry.
while he watches, or just he
So
just
funny.
It
watches?
helps us figure out the kind of person that he is, though, and ways to perhaps work him a little better.
Oh, Cassandra.
Mm.
What if we perhaps found a way to attract him?
I'm very good at that.
Right? You specialize in voyeurism, maybe, or you're trying it out. So that way we can get more information out of him in his box. His box? His box.
Perhaps. I like the idea. If we get him down here, what's our ultimate goal once we get him here? Use it to follow him back?
Perhaps I can try to figure out some manner of spell to track him.
Well, I think I could put on something for him.
Okay. Put on a show. I'll make something in the meantime for you to try and slip into a pocket. Given that he never takes it off, should be easy enough to do.
Yes, fabulous, great idea.
Okay.
Meanwhile, has anyone worked the shop lately?
I was meant to. I got distracted today. I'm sorry.
Can't say that I did.
I came straight here after my mission
Perhaps that's what
and the
Catriel's
few
doing.
errands.
That's what I was
Catriel
gonna
is,
say.
working the shop.
Okay. Did you find out?
Okay.
Well,
So where does he?
sounds like you
normally-
guys are gonna
what-
go
yeah, where does he normally
try and-
get his? I guess I can't be heard.
seduce this man.
Figure out some way to get him here, or get him somewhere to seduce him.
Yeah, the shop might be a good option.
Boy, that's true.
Gives you room to work, and then I will go work on that just now. Something to slip into a pocket, and then follow him back where he is. Find this box. Oh, I really want to know what's in the box.
What's in the
What's
box?
in the box?
Okay. Right. And I'm gonna go, and I'm not sure. I mean, I could just cast and have it be a spell, but apparently I have fine runesmith tool. Is a rune something that I would be creating to create this effect? I'm not sure what runes are in this game.
So there's a few examples in the document that I've been working on for this. So
ISC, yeah. Mhm.
yeah, so it just depends on kind of what you want to do with it. Um, and then, depending on how powerful of an effect would depend on like the time it would require to create it. But as long as you have the tools, basically there is a different drawback or consequence for each creating each
For doing
rune.
it.
So
Okay.
yeah, and it's usually associated with the effect. Like if you're trying to put a lot of energy into a rune, that's going to make like a rune of warding that's going to like explode when somebody opens
Okay.
a door or something. That's going to make you exhausted.
So could I perhaps try to make a rune that is specifically a rune of some manner of divination, in that wherever he goes on our map, a little ink trail is left where he's going.
Mhm.
And my consequence could be it could affect my actual sight because it's a divination thing.
I could get down with that.
Just-
I would
okay.
say that could even be an illusion rune if it's creating like
Illusion. Yeah.
a something
Yeah.
that you see that no one else does.
Yeah, I see the illusion. Hallucinations. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay.
It's your ancestors drawing on the map, and you're like, look, they're pointing me this way.
Heck,
Ooh,
yeah.
what?
Yeah, only I'm seeing it.
He's fucking high.
Yeah, start smelling hallucinations. I'm smelling all sorts.
Mhm.
Sure, I will endeavor to create a rune of illusions that will create a mystical effect on our map that sort of draws a little trail of where he goes once it's on his person.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Real quick, roll a cast roll just to see what and I'll let you, since you have those fine tools, you get
Yeah.
another die.
Okay.
I love how Google read that as roll a casserole.
Roll a casserole.
Roll a casserole.
One of the hallucinations I might get is one where it either smells like freshly baked something, so maybe a casserole, or the foul stench of burning flesh. Let's see.
Oh, apparently it's a casserole now.
Casserole. Yeah, that's where we're going with it.
It could be a flesh casserole. No one.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh. Right. Hang on. I need to take a picture of this to send to you guys.
Did you
'cause
roll 3 6s?
I rolled 3 6s.
You 6s?
Oh,
Hell, Satan.
Yeah, it is a hail Satan.
It is
Hang
a
on,
hail
camera.
Satan.
hail Satan.
Why is it trying to? Oh, sorry. We had a solar eclipse here earlier, and I had a thing over my camera so that I could actually see the
we're
sun.
supposed to have
That was.
gotten
I was like, why is it
too.
black?
Oh, was that the Ring of Fire that they keep talking about?
Yeah. So there was a partial solar eclipse, so you could see the moon moving over the thing. It was really cool. But yes, I rolled 3 6s. So
Nice.
That's
Hot dog.
Hot
So yeah,
dog.
this is a crit. So with that in mind,
There you go. And they're all skulls. It feels thematically appropriate.
Mhm.
I like it.
let's see. Yeah, you create. What kind of object would you attach it to? Would you put it on?
Ooh.
A condom.
A coin, so that it's not something he would be confused about seeing in his pocket.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea. So yeah, you take a gold coin and you use these tools to create this rune, and a symbol of your choosing magically appears on this rune and kind of quickly fades away, or on this coin rather, and fades away quickly. You now see wherever it goes, like as you're like kind of waving it around in front of your face, like you can see this kind of this almost like ink smudge that like kind of trails behind it.
I'm gonna pass it over to Cassandra. Careful with that, don't mix it in with other coins. See, my
Alright.
magic's just on fire today, I swear. You know, these ancestors hanging out. I need to get them to do it more often.
You're on point.
Yeah. It's the performance anxiety. It's helping, I think.
You are doing really well. Did you want to be part of the performance tonight?
Oh.
He likes to watch, after all.
That's true. Yeah, all right.
This
Sure.
is getting freakier by the second.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get too far into this, because this is starting to feel like a score that we're setting up
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
So, and this will probably be a two-part score since we're starting kind of late into our
Yeah.
session, which is completely fine. You guys, and this is God, I'm very excited. I got butterflies. I'm so excited. You guys get to roll an engagement roll. I think that this is probably a social plan, if I had to guess, or a stealth plan, maybe deception. There's also kind of like a gray area.
I feel social works pretty well for what we're doing right now.
More than deception.
It's got flavors of both, but I
Yeah.
guess it'll depend on how Cassandra's luring him in.
Yeah. I'm down for a deception. I'm either or. I think I'm not picky. So the three of you tell me what I'm doing. I'm just here to collect the box at this point.
Yeah, it is. I think it's more of a deception because the social thing would be like you're using like your connections to like do something.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, you're kind of using either stealth or deception. It seems like social, or it seems like deception since it is kind of a.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Yeah. We gotta lure him in with the promise of a show.
And the detail is the method of deception, which is going to be the promise of show. So,
Oh,
with
you
that
can
in
tell him there's a donkey involved.
But then we'd have to have the donkey involved. We need him to come see the show.
And we'd
I
have
was
to
just- I
have
was
the
just gonna have-
donkey.
I was just gonna have the preacher there. I don't
Wow.
like. There's like this very, very, very playful grin on her face, like when she says that.
Listen, if what I've heard about the preacher is true, then donkey may not be far off.
What is under the robes is my business. Although I will not dissuade the rumors.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I love it.
Cool. Ruben has to
So-
spring in his step, getting to be involved in the actual con itself and not the background magic stuff. Like,
Mhm.
So I guess is who's doing this engagement role?
real quick before we do that, let's choose loadouts because you got to choose your
Ooh.
loadout before you know what position you're in.
That is
All the
so-
positions.
heavy loadout then.
I'm gonna-
Using my large weapon, I don't know.
Listen.
So if your load is light, then you are faster, less conspicuous. You blend in with citizens. If you have a normal load, you look like a scoundrel ready for trouble, or in this case, a kind of a outlaw or a frontiersman. If your load is heavy, you are slower, and you look like an operative on a mission. So
Cassandra is going light. She is here to do her job.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go medium, and I'm gonna flavor it because we were talking about last time how I just carry this giant backpack with me everywhere that I go that I pull stuff out of. But because I'm heading to my own shop, it might not be that conspicuous because it's like, oh, there goes Rihanna again, crazy little science lady with her bag of stuff. Like,
Crazy science lady.
yeah. So I'm gonna go medium with mine. Or normal.
I'm gonna go light. I don't really need to take much, and my kit is pretty light anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't carry heavy things usually. I might not be carrying anything at all.
I shall bring a normal load. I never really particularly seem to blend in as it is.
No, you stand out no matter where you go. I think it's the psychedelic outfit you have.
We do have the strange reputation. I feel like nothing we do is going to be out there. They're just like, there goes that group again.
There they go.
There goes those fucking weirdos.
That
I bet
the reputation is kind of your reputation with other criminals.
Oh, I
So like
see.
normal people wouldn't be like, oh, those are the strange ones.
That's fair.
They'd probably be
That's
like,
fair.
what the fuck?
I like
Not
it.
to. I'm not trying to ruin the fun.
No,
though.
No,
it's
it's-
fine.
I mean, yes, and sorry.
Yes, yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's see. Yeah, now it's time for engagement roll.
Yes, engagement roll.
Engagement roll, and I am gonna get more coffee. Let's see. Engagement roll is it's a fortune roll, starting with 1 die for sheer luck. You guys can modify it. Is it particularly bold or daring?
Yeah.
You know,
I-
take the show.
I
We
mean,
are. This
Yeah,
We're luring a man back to our own office to plant a small thing on him. I'm not entirely sure that the argument could be made.
Yeah, that's. But we're doing it to essentially steal from a stranger.
By making him come watch us have sex.
we're making a very elaborate plan to follow him back to his place. I think that's pretty bold.
Making a very elaborate porno.
Because
Yeah.
we could just follow him.
We could have just followed him, but we
But
chose
no.
to have sex and then follow him.
Y'all are
Yes.
having sex. I'm just standing in the front.
That's
of the
why
shop.
I'm disappointed in you.
The offer extends to anyone who's interested. This person just likes to watch. Ruben was just the first one within sight.
So is the plan complex or contingent on many factors?
It's contingent on quite a few things, I believe.
Getting him there, getting the thing in his pocket, following him back. Yeah, we got a few steps here.
So I think that's gonna take a die away. So you're back down to 1.
Okay. No, it is. The truth of it is a needlessly complex plan for and against our points of getting dice.
Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're
Yes.
weakest?
Yes.
Yes. He's gonna
Absolutely.
take us to his lair where we can rob him later.
And we
We
that
know
he
his kink.
we know
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I say we. I'm part of the crew now.
You made the kink, so yes.
Games are
Take.
players too.
Yeah, I'm the color. I'm in everything. So yeah, it's just chill. I'll take +1 die. So that's 2. You're back at 2. Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? I'm gonna go with.
This sounds like a
No.
weakness, and a weakness for
No.
exploiting.
I'm gonna say you guys got a die, so you're still at 2. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
I feel like they already did when you got the information about them, but I don't know if having that info already means that it's not relevant to us.
Like one of your I think this is going to like a particular contact that is on our list of contacts.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, is one of your
Mhm.
friends on your list or one of your contacts on your list related to either the industrial district or perhaps the red light district, which isn't a physical place here, but
Right.
have
It's
a
just a
dwarven
giant
tavern in our
brothel and a
room.
treehouse. It's already camped.
yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
big treehouse.
That's I didn't do anything. So I think that's on Cassandra's thing. If anyone
Okay.
in particular helped you with that.
Were we up to 2 or 3?
We're at 2.
2? Okay.
Mhm.
And 4. 1 and a 4.
Wait, what now?
We're not rolling yet. We're still looking
Oh!
at we're
Sorry,
still
I
asking the
misunderstood.
question- Yeah, we're still asking the
do you have
questions.
Oh,
contacts
sorry.
that-
One of your
Yeah.
contacts particularly helped us out with this.
Ooh. I don't. My contact, my good contact is the lawman, so probably not.
I have a Sylvan beggar that's a contact of mine that could maybe, in an effort to slow him down while we're following him, could go and try to ask for some money if he's getting too speedy, so that we can definitely track him at a comfortable pace.
Okay. All right. In that case, I'll give you an extra die. Now, let's see who is your rivals. I don't think any of your rivals are interfering with this at the moment. And then, are there any other elements that I haven't considered yet that you guys want to maybe take into consideration that might?
It's on our turf. We're specifically luring him to our
Time advantage.
house.
Yeah.
That's true.
To our store. If
I would say that would be if the plan is successful, you would be luring.
Okay.
You know,
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. And your preferred plan, or your preferred score type is like, I believe it's like plunder, so it's not.
I mean,
not relevant.
plundering has many different.
We're gonna be plundering. Oh yeah. There's two. There's plundering at the start, and then there's plundering at the end when we get to his.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if it's listed on your crew sheet anywhere, is it? I think we did choose that one, though, right?
I think so. It sounds about right. Sounds.
The plunder.
Mm-hmm.
It is listed a few.
Oh, I see. Method.
A little bit down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so yeah, I was just making sure that that's what that was right. Gotcha. All right, so yeah, you guys have 1, 2, 3 dice, I believe.
I think that's where we were at. Yeah. So whoever wants to do 3 dice.
Who wants to roll it?
I goofed it last time, so I can do it again. Get some better dice.
All right, go for it.
I lied. It didn't get any better. 1, a 3, and a 4.
It's not terrible.
It's not awful.
So if you guys, you're in a risky position when the action starts. So we'll kind of start in the middle of things here. As you guys are tracking this guy down. I gotta take a bio and then get some coffee, and I'm gonna have my brain storm while I'm doing that. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I imagine. So y'all still tracking him down to lure him to slip in the coin, and then it's tracking him down to his space. Like that's like the order of operations. I'm guessing we're for, right? Okay.
Yeah. We need to lure him, distract him, slip coin.
Cool. So who, like, I guess maybe we should think about where positions is in this first part of this, like where we would be at. I might be just manning the store kind of thing, and watching the counter / doors. Might be where Rion's at, because definitely she does not want to participate in the peep show. It's like, so I think that's what she would be doing, so that she's behind the counter in case anything goes awry there inside the store. What's our preacher doing?
I would say that I could be directly outside of the door, where the act shall commence, to be additional security and a barrier should we need.
Are you gonna take off the tie dye and cross your arms and just flex so that the come in?
I would see no reason to do such a thing. My vestments are a part of me.
No.
And I will sit there scribing the word as one of the main prophets of the color. But I will have an eye up.
Wait, okay.
Ruben's just mentally preparing himself for what he's about to do.
Did you need any supplies? Did you want to say a prayer before whatever gymnastics will occur?
Sure, a blessing would be lovely.
The color is here. We ask of you to bring us truth. We lend ourselves to your will and your guidance. Let my two compatriots find both focus and pleasure in the madness that will ensue. I hope they are safe. I hope they have courage and a deep connection to each other through you and with you. For this is a union of all three things. No action is without the color. And may your presence enhance their experience, as well as lead us to success. Let it be so.
You really know how to get a girl in the mood.
I mean, he's not wrong. Things will probably get quite colorful.
Wait, maybe I should ask if my fey creature wants to be a donkey today.
Yeah.
You are all quite nasty.
So
I do not say that as a judgment. I say that
matter of fact,
as an observation. And I welcome it.
I have a very important question. If the two of you are putting on a show, who's gonna slip the coin in his pocket?
I'm sure Cassandra has colorful ways.
I'll find a way.
Okay. If you need me, I'll just be outside and,
making sure he's enjoyed himself.
That is the hopes.
Yeah, see if he's got any requests. And slip it in that way.
If you also need additional distraction, I can interrupt at some point.
Should we start the fight?
Or simply knock on the door. We have many options.
I don't think your audio was coming through there, Val. I think you were trying to speak.
Oh, I was going to be like, should we just start the fight? Should we?
It is, if we would like to rough him up, that is.
Oh, no, don't fight him. Like,
oh,
a fight for a distraction is what I was saying. Like an argument.
Yes, if we come across any problems, we'll have Ruben make the sound of a dying giraffe.
Hold on a second. Ruben, practice that noise. I have never heard a giraffe die before. I need to know.
I don't suppose it's something I've heard before either, but I'll get creative. If you hear something that sounds like it could be a dying giraffe.
Okay. All right. Let us. Jerry's here.
Just came in on that note. It's a good note to come in on. So you guys are in a risky position, and
then some.
Yeah.
You have
literally with the drawers down.
Hi everyone, this is my channel. We are all
Nightbot's already warned them that we're a mature rate channel.
It's true. So thanks, Nightbot. We are incredibly mature. Sorry, Jamie. Go ahead.
If I can take a little bit of liberty, Ezro, your arcane familiar, has taken the form of just a pigeon or a common like crow, raven or something.
Burb.
Burb.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a burb.
Mm-hmm.
And he's flying around, kind of above the rooftops between the industrial district and the more towards the center of town where this treehouse brothel is called the what is it? The good
The Smooth Ride.
Smooth Ride. I was trying to think of it.
Yep, the Smooth Ride.
The Smooth Ride, yeah, and it is it's flying around, keeping an eye out for you guys, and several of you have kind of spread out throughout the districts, kind of like looking around on the streets, just kind of putting feet to pavement and or cobblestone, whatever it is, and dirt even. So you guys go and do some sleuthing. After a while, one of your fellow uh, brothel workers, they come up to you, Cassandra, and tell you that they've seen that guy again, and that he is hanging around in the brothel looking for a smooth ride, or to watch a smooth ride. And so, pardon me, he's apparently there at the moment, and you guys kind of somehow managed to miss him on the way there, so you'll have to kind of maybe catch up. But you probably know plenty of people there, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. You are all kind of give the signal. I guess you give the signal, and you guys all kind of meet back up. You guys hear a dying giraffe, and know that you're like, damn, that sounds exactly like a dying giraffe.
Sounds exactly like what we needed.
Reminds me of the old days on the giraffe farm. The giraffes that keep me up at night. So you guys meet up and start heading towards the brothel where this guy supposedly is. The treehouse itself stands very high above the street. It's in this giant hardwood tree that is very fitting. It kind of looms over the other buildings that are on either side of it, and it has kind of this weird, strange mechanical lift that people take up and down, but it also has like a ramp that spirals around the base of the tree and up into it. And you guys can hear basically what is a 24-hour party going on up there. It has kind of a common area, and with entertainment and drinks and cards and things like that, and then a cornucopia of private rooms, with some of them with special equipment, others mundane. So yeah.
Well, we should figure out how to go about handling this now.
Here's the question. If he's already here.
Perhaps somebody needs to start spreading a rumor for this guy to hear. It's a particularly entertaining show.
Val, your mic didn't pick up whatever you said last.
Oh, god damn it. The sound card. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if he's already here, he might be expecting a show here. So we have got to either put the coin in his pocket here, or lure him back and put the pocket there. Is there a way we could just get him in a room here? Do we have to just drag him across the streets? Like,
Well, I don't think Ruben and I could do our performance here. It would kind of go against the unspoken rule of the workers. We wouldn't want to upset anyone. In doing business not on the take, as it were. So I think we could get them over to our establishment instead.
spreading the
Make-
rumor.
Yes, make the offer a little more appealing to come do business with us instead.
Who's really good at talking? And I'm gonna just like look over at the preacher.
Side glance to Ruben again.
Me? Yeah, sure. I can do that. I'll sell what a particularly entertaining show that you could see.
So, Ruben, you can take the lead on this. You can act alone, or if you guys want to do a teamwork action, that's also kind of what I'm getting a vibe of. Is maybe you guys work together to kind of funnel this guy towards Ruben. Maybe you spread the word, like, hey, you tell your contacts to let you guys take care of this guy tonight.
Mhm.
That would probably be a manipulate or negotiate roll. Could also be intimidate if you guys are trying to be like threatening, but I don't think that's
Our muscle's not here today.
Yeah, no.
You got
He is.
big rainbow.
That's true. We do have big rainbow.
Yeah.
I meant Cat because Cat was our muscle last session.
She was, yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to you if maybe Cass wants to lead some kind of manipulation.
I can lead the manipulate.
I'm
And
particularly good at gaining insight, but because I use that for my card reading of cold reading people.
yeah, I can lead the manipulate.
Mhm.
We'll make it sound like I'm kind of torn. Do we besmirch the name of this establishment and be like, hey, better deals over here, the girls are clean, that sort of thing, or do we spin it of trying to just convince him to come over before he gets too far into the establishment?
Yeah, I
If
think like
you
you want to see
value-
something weird.
I think that you value your friendship and alliances with the trollops of this area. It would be appropriate to simply suggest another option. And I don't think that is even dishonest, personally.
That's true. All right. So we'll do that angle where it's just offering him a better show, a better deal, something a little more in league with his particular tastes. With the emphasis that these girls are a little more hands-on and that we'll be able to provide him with a better show.
I see. Okay, I like the angle. All right. So anybody that wants to participate in this can. It is a teamwork action, so that means everybody rolls the same action, which in this case is going to be manipulate. And for every failure, you take 1 stress, I believe. Let me double check.
Yeah, whoever is leading
It's just
the
one.
group
Yep.
will take the stress. Yeah.
And you guys only count the best result out of all of your rolls. And it covers everyone who rolls.
Yep, I'll contribute.
I don't have anything in manipulate, so I don't think Rion would contribute into this, but maybe our preacher man has something to help with it.
If we were simply speaking honestly, I would join this, but I leave this to the two of you.
All right.
You could also, as another option, you could also
Negotiate.
simply have Rue. You could simply just help her with the roll, which means I believe you would take
Stress.
2 stress, or is it just 1?
It would 1 stress, I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
I'll-
assist is 1 stress. Yeah.
And then give 3 dice. Yeah, no, I'm happy. I'll assist and take a stress for that.
It gives him an extra die.
He's-
Yeah.
Yeah. This
So
is for
one
his performance. He's like, oh my god, my ancestors were watching me do this. This is gonna be awkward.
And you may have something on your sheet, like a piece of equipment that could help you with this too. I'm not sure what Cassandra has or what Rue has for this.
Mine is just the mesmerism, so he'll forget all about this afterwards until I see him again. But
Yes.
Not necessarily. That would help with this specific action. Unless I want to show him my fine arcane weapon, in which case.
you will, but that's later.
Damn, that shit fine.
Wow, look at that arcane weapon.
Yeah.
All right, so 3 die it is.
He's
Three
a
dice.
pretty son of a bitch. It's fine. Yeah, no, I don't have anything else. So I'll give you an extra dice.
Alrighty. So I have a 1, a 4, and a 6.
Woo! All right, 6. Cool.
Just running the gambit there.
That was just quite the spread.
All right, so yeah, you find him amidst the party. He's kind of sitting quietly to himself, kind of sipping what appears to be like a gin martini, and he has looks like he's having a good time, kind of, but he's kind of just sitting with his legs crossed, like listening to the music and people talk and people watching, and it seems like a prime opportunity for you to introduce yourself. You notice that he, even though he's got gray hair, he looks incredibly young. He's got those Sylvan genes make him look super graceful and like has this kind of elegance to him.
Well, I see you've come here for a bit of entertainment, but the girls here are a little bit handsy, and you seem like a more distinguished gentleman. A little bird told me you liked a particular type of show.
He seems nervous at first. He's like, "Yeah, I like to just kind of hang out and people watch. You like."
There's nothing wrong with that.
He kind of is very shy, but you managed to kind of impress him with your description of whatever it is you're gonna do. And since you already rolled a 6, I'm assuming that it's quite impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she gives him just a brief little lift and a twist or something to draw his attention in. Just promise him it'll be worth it.
And he says, "So you and your friend there," he like gestures towards your friend. "Do you wanna gestures towards Rue?" He says, "You wanna maybe I have a wagon. You wanna maybe get out of here?"
Hoping you would ask that. Yes.
Okay. You guys decide to go with him in his wagon back to your crew hideout.
Once
Yeah.
once that like I see that they have like hooked him, I'm gonna find Airmule and be like, all right, let's go get into our positions, which are the different positions that they're in. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm at the store. I make it to the store before them, so that I'm there to open it up and greet them and all that kind of stuff.
So are y'all going to the store or the hideout?
I thought we were going to our store and using the back room in the store.
That's fine.
That
was what I thought too.
Because
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in position. Would Romeo be with you? I guess we'll ask him.
Yeah, he said he was saying that he was particularly going to be right outside the door going into the office to be like the
He's like the
muscle-
bouncer.
bouncer,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm
Okay.
just heading the storefront. Yeah.
All right. So on the ride there, you get into this very elaborate, like very nice carriage. It's made of like this finely polished wood, and it's got this velvet, almost some kind of velvet or silk like lining on the seats, and it's very comfortable. He offers you guys some refreshments. He has like a tray of fruits and like some champagne.
Yeah.
And you into all that?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Gonna spoil us.
If you do, Rue, I need you to make me a body resistance roll.
Okay.
Let's see
It's just the one dice.
if you're a drinking type.
Okay.
Is this particularly into the vices,
Ooh.
or is this Rue having a different issue?
This is what'd you roll? Hold on, I'll tell you.
I rolled a 3.
A 3. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not gonna take much stress because you don't feel very stressed. You don't take any stress. But you are not only are you're not sure if it's the drink that you just had or the spell that you're casting with this rune. But you see like you think you see people running along the side of the carriage following you, and you can't see their faces. They're like shadows almost, and you have a hard time focusing on the conversation, as you can't help but look out the window at these shadow people that are chasing you.
Maybe it's your ancestors.
Chasing your carriage.
Yeah. Like,
Your ancestors are smiling at you.
yeah. And you say
Do
the same.
did you have any of the refreshments, Cassandra?
Yeah. She's all about enjoying the finer things.
Okay, then why don't you roll me a body resistance roll as well? Let's see.
All right. Gotta love it. Okay. We're gonna find out this man's a serial killer. 4.
All right, so you feel a little tipsy, but other than that, you're just kind of having a good time. You're a little sleepy, like maybe this was stronger than you thought. Maybe this drink was stronger than you thought, but you guys get back to your crew place where you have your friends waiting for you. So you feel a little bit safer as you kind of step out of the carriage, and you lead this strange, just like straightening up his suit, and he's like looking around. You see him look around, and he checks the time on this like fine silver pocket watch, and he tucks it back into his vest pocket, and he steps into the store and like, yeah, it's a nice place. He like
I'm
looks
just,
around
like,
at all the
sitting
shit.
behind the counter and like thumbing through like a magazine. It's like shows in the back.
Yeah. If
Like-
if she's looking, Ruben looks like he gets when he's having a particularly bad trip.
Yeah, can I
Slightly twitchier than normal.
yeah, a little twitchier than normal. And Dave, we were talking about how we're taking those positions that we that Anna, thank you for the raid.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, you've tuned in at a fantastic time.
Great timing.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
This is a great place to enter in on this
Hello.
erotic novel that we're writing.
Like, no one is
There's no-
surprised. No one from that stream is going to be surprised on what's coming on here, I can assure you.
Okay.
There's no escaping it now.
There's no escaping. I'm going to well, anyway, Dave, as I was saying, we had just like assumed that you were taking the position that you said you were gonna take, like at the door. Okay, to the office. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna sort of lift my brow just a little bit at Reuben and just be like, a moment of like, you good? Because, you know, you're looking a little wobbly.
I'm fine.
Like shadows in the corner of the room are like moving and shit. It's very uncomfortable.
Okay.
I'm seeing shit.
More than usual?
Yeah.
Can you do this?
Like people with shadows for faces.
Can you do this?
I'll be fine though. It's
Are you
fine.
sure? Are you sure? Okay.
It ain't no thing. I
Here.
just kind of.
And I'm gonna like I'm gonna pull out a thermos with some soup in it. And I'm gonna give it some, it's like, you need electrolytes.
Just have some.
Yeah.
Gonna need it. Hydrate yourself.
Yeah.
There's nothing on here that says soup. So,
Mark one load for soup.
I was gonna tinkering tools.
Yeah. I will try and consume some soup on my way up.
Just
Trying
a
not to let this
thermos,
guy see that I'm.
like-
Yeah, he's like looking at the like the curtains when you guys are
Mhm.
exchanging soup, and he's kind of like looking at the curtains. Like he looks like very paranoid. Like maybe he's just weird about being in new places, but he seemed a lot more comfortable at the brothel.
Mm.
There's nothing to worry about. It's a perfectly legitimate establishment as well. Come to the back. I'll get you settled in.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's okay. All right. And he follows you guys up and kind of doesn't have much to say. He seems very quiet. It's unsettling.
Only a little unnerving. That's fine.
Between him and the people with no face,
On the ride over, he basically
weird-
was just like thumbing his like, just like, it's kind of like, so how about this weather? Like making really shitty small talk.
Mm, charming.
Just like as I go in the back, I'm just gonna look over at Dave. How do you say your character's name again?
Eremiel.
Aremiel. Okay, I'm just gonna like exchange a look with Aremiel and like motion for him to come over, so that I can talk to him quietly. Reuben wasn't looking too hot. I gave him soup, but that guy seemed nervous.
Should I offer them refreshments to have a moment of their time?
Yeah, give him a moment to like settle down first. I think if he looked like he looked like a nervous chihuahua going up like he was like, that man shook. So I would just I gotta get back into Rion's accent. I'm just talking like me here for a second. I'd give it like about 15 minutes, I'd say, and then knock and let's get a party tray. Did you bring the grapes? Like,
I did not bring grapes, but I did bring a fine bottle.
oh,
That seemed more appropriate.
okay. Well, I guess
For
you
the
can
night.
offer them my lunch, and like as part of like the soup, I also brought like cheese and crackers. Like,
That's an egg salad sandwich.
Yeah, you gotta get the cheese plate ready for the post show.
like the charcuterie board that like an adult lunchable. Like,
It's light eating. You can peck at it. It makes sense.
right.
The color would absolutely align with such a beautiful display.
But there's no blue here.
You don't have to have every single color every time that the color is expressed through you.
Some blueberries on there.
But blue is my favorite color, and so that's why.
And so he wears his suit.
Oh, he's got the blue. Okay.
Yes, it is already accounted for. Although, again, you do not need every color at.
So the cheese. So the cheese is the yellow. The crackers are
Yep.
the red?
Sure.
They're beach.
Brown crackers.
Yes.
At a sunset, when the light hits the grain,
Mm-hmm.
all sorts of beautiful expressions may occur. I have seen lovely reds when the sun is at a low angle, and perhaps that has made its way into our crackers today. Is that satisfying to you?
Yeah. Hi.
Good.
I'm quite satisfied.
Yes.
Thank
Good.
you, teacher.
It is my greatest joy to serve and to speak of the color.
I just eat a piece of cheese.
Leave some for them.
Oh, this was my lunch. Oh, okay.
I would like to gently smack the hand smack.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so you guys upstairs, I won't have you roll, but you guys can keep them preoccupied for a little while, during which you may have an opportunity to sneak this coin into his suit. Does anybody want to roll for that? Maybe even someone dropping off refreshments. I don't know.
So I've got. I have one in finesse, so I could be sneaky.
Can I give you a dice? Listen. I'm already taking stress right now, but I'll take the stress by trying to distract his focus.
Yeah.
Would it be reasonable or helpful to say that the show has been going on for roughly 15 minutes, and at this time I enter with a charcuterie tray. My sleeves are rolled up, and the thickness of my arms is visible while I hold this tray and a lovely bottle.
Padre, close the door. You're letting the stank out.
Forgive me. I thought that it might be appropriate to keep your energy up.
Yeah.
My energy or Ruben's, because you could tag in if you really wanted to.
That is not my place. Good sir, can I interest you in some of this exquisite wine?
His cheeks are really red, and he's like, yeah, I guess I could swear.
I'm using one of my load because it is a spectacular bottle.
I didn't want any of your load. I was here for their load.
I was gonna say, how many load did Ruben use?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
I was right. I was about to fire my joke off before, but that was perfect.
I'll see myself out.
I'll use all three of my light load if it's needed. Yeah.
So the fine bottle of whiskey will give you a die, and then she's helping you, so they'll give you another die.
Yeah.
You could roll finesse for us and see if this is a catastrophe or.
3 donated currently.
I do.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna burn a couple of that, and I mean, if you want the stress, sure, but you probably don't need it with all the extra dice that I have.
Use some of those, sure.
Oh, I'll use 2 of the 3. This seems like an appropriate moment to be.
We need this to work. Yes.
Just burning it. All right. So that's going to be 1 dice for the finesse, 2 dice for the extra. Was there anything that I'm missing?
I don't think so.
I meant to ask. I meant to ask.
Bottle of whiskey, right? You get
one
bottle of whiskey.
I meant to ask this last time too, because this is something that comes up in Scum and Villainy. Are we able to trade positions in this, like the risky standard and all of that? Because in Scum and Villainy, that gets you an extra experience if you ever do anything from a risky position instead of the standard.
It was desperate. Yeah,
desperate. That's it. Yeah, is that a thing in this one?
Yeah, so you guys are risky currently. Depending on how this dice roll goes right now, we'll decide if you're in a controlled position or if you guys are in a desperate position.
Okay.
Risky position and many position swaps.
Yeah. As Chris Tucker said, not one position, all positions. So that's going to be 4 dice then. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was scary. 1, 2, 3, 6.
Okay, 6. You do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys managed to get this illusory marked coin, this rune marked coin, into the pocket of this man's finely tailored blue suit. And he doesn't seem to notice. He's too busy pouring himself a glass of fine spirits.
Distracting him. A solo show, if you will.
After 15 more, 20, 30 more minutes.
I leave. I'm not here for that.
I know.
Myself out.
But I don't know how long your show lasts, but I'm assuming, if he's paying good money, then
as long as Ruben can last.
Yeah.
Say you guys are in a controlled position now, for sure. As he hands over a coin's worth of money to you guys, he is very impressed with you, and he says he'd like to see the show once more in the future, and he's like very about it.
Oh, darling, you're welcome. You're welcome back anytime.
I've giggled. I got the giggles now.
While he is preoccupied, though.
Sure.
I kind of want to take a look at his wagon.
That would be great. I would love if you did that.
I want to see if I'm looking for if there's anything kind of like to the point, like it's after our preacher comes back, instead, like, so we're not like leaving nobody in there. I'm gonna give Aramel a thumbs up, and then I'm gonna touch my nose and I'm gonna point to the wagon because I'm going look in there. I'm very specifically looking for maybe forms of identification, like who is this person? And
you guys don't even have his name yet.
Yeah. Who is this
He's
guy?
the client.
What is he like? Is he important? And I know that there might be his wagon driver there, but that's it. Yeah, I wanna try and rummage through his wagon, like investigate his wagon.
Let's see. His name. You guys know his name is Walter.
Okay.
And as you investigate his wagon, before you even start investigating, you kind of see the engraving on the door says WR. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna have you roll investigation. Yes. Do you have anything that's helping you with this?
Let's see what I got that can help me with this.
This might even be considered a flashback, like if this is kind of happening as all that.
Yeah, it could be considered a flashback.
Fun stuff's going down.
Let me look.
I'm not making you take stress for it, just to be clear. I'm just having you.
I have burglary gear that I could possibly use. They're not fine. But we did establish that my familiar was hanging around. Maybe my familiar can help me poke around. My familiar can particularly help me by distracting the driver.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great, I think. It'll buy you more time,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll constitute your extra die. I'll kind of explain why you get an extra die.
Okay.
So you're using your arcane familiar. It's kind of like begins to like what? How does your arcane familiar distract? How does
So
Ezro
we
do this?
so because we've established that they're sort of a it's gonna poop on the driver.
Oh, okay. So
Gonna
yeah,
ruin the suit.
ah, you hear him.
Yeah,
Hear
it's gonna poop on the driver. Uh-huh.
He's like, it's this scruffy dwarven man. He's kind of like, oh my god, just had this dry cleaned. And he gets down. It's like
Mm-hmm.
begins to like look for like the nearest like outhouse or whatever the equivalency of it is. But he's looking for a well, I guess. So
Yeah.
kind of get the water and get it off take his handkerchief and get it off of him. He's kind of cleaning his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah. Investigate. 3 dice. Ooh, buddy, that was 2 3s and a 6. So 6.
As you're investigating this, you find that he has not an identification card, but as you're like you kind of quietly open the cabin door to the wagon and you get in there and you notice it's kind of small and cramped in here for such a fine, like nice wagon. And you start to look around, you find a card wedged in between the seats, and it's for a gas company that makes like turpentine or whatever it's called, kerosene, all these different like flammable fuels and stuff. And I don't have, let's see, what was the name I was gonna, we're gonna call it, Reed. Reed's Fuel Company.
June and Reed's Fuel Company?
No.
I know.
Throwback.
I know. Throwback. Yeah.
So
Reed's Fuel Company. Okay.
Yeah, let me put that in my.
I'm gonna pocket that. Is there anything else in here that stands out?
Yeah, you notice it's really small, so you begin to kind of look around and you lift the seat up to see if there's like maybe something under the seat cushion, and the seat actually like kind of folds out to your surprise. You can see that there's like a hidden compartment behind the seat, behind one of the seats, and you don't find anything there. It's empty, but it's pretty big. It's like the size of like maybe like a small trunk or a small case. And you're looking around and it seems like there is some stains in here, but it could just be from like the wine and food and stuff that he keeps in here. You're not sure.
I would like to take out. I would take some samples of these stains. I will take out like a little scalpel and a little
tweezers,
glass slide, and just like scrape
petri
dish and just it's all part of like my tinkering tools and put that away.
Yeah, you could even like take like a small fiber of the wood and stuff too.
Yeah.
So yeah, you take a sample of it and you kind of hear the driver like climb back onto the you like feel the weight shift on the wagon. You like pop back out real quick and like close the door. And kind of as you're doing that, you hear people talking on the first floor, and you think that maybe your friends are wrapping things up with your client. So I think that's also where we'll kind of start to wrap things up for this.
Okay.
So we can still do XP and not have to be in quite such a big hurry So we're going to do some experience, and depending on how soon you guys want to track this guy down and follow him, we could even do some downtime and make following him another score
Yeah.
Mm.
instead of having it be a two-parter score.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you guys feel?
I'm kind of feeling following him because now we have like more information on Reed, and we can look into the samples. Like we can use this to like gather more information on him. So or we can follow him immediately next session. That's kind of up to y'all.
Well, I think next session we'll investigate it regardless, but I
Yeah,
think
Just have it be a second score.
Mhm.
will it be part of a continuation of this score, or do we think it's a whole new
My vote's
branch?
just doing a whole new branch.
Yeah, we could do a whole new branch.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that. Dave, do you have any opinions?
I am a bit neutral towards it. I could see it either way.
Cool. All right. Let's do experience.
In that case, yeah, we'll do. Well, in that case, we'll call this the end of the score, and we'll do
Okay.
the payoff first, and then we'll do experience.
Gotcha.
So the payoff. Let's see. This was a bit of a minor job. So I'll say you guys get 2 coin in addition to the 1 that he gave you as a tip. So 3 coin
Ooh.
total. For the payoff, let's see. You guys get 2 rep for this. I don't think you would get any extra rep. And heat. I would say this was smooth and quiet with low exposure.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is like maybe Cassandra took somebody's client. That would be the only thing I'd be worried about.
Yeah, that might make somebody unhappy. I'm in
Well,
agreement.
let's go in between, and we'll do 1 heat.
Okay.
Because I decided.
Okay.
So it is.
So it shall be.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So yeah. So in between 1 and So 1
Mhm.
heat. All right. And then, guys, we'll do XP unless you guys want to start. Do you think we have time for downtime?
We have about 22 minutes, so I think maybe taking our time we could do everything with the experience and the sheets. Like we can also do the entanglements at this point since that instead. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's
And
do
then we can do downtime.
entanglements.
That way, hopefully, we'll have Fairy for the next downtime, and so they can get stuff in as well.
Yes, for sure. All right, so let's somebody roll me a fortune roll for the entanglement.
I got it.
All right.
A 2.
2. Let's see.
Imagine as this guy is leaving, just checking up on Ruben. It's like, did you get drugged? Did you just take too many drugs? Like, you have to get out of it.
I think I'm mixing my substances.
Like, you know liquor before beer, and you're in the clear, right?
Yeah.
As a
it was
person
like champagne.
of science, I cannot believe you still believe such pithy ridiculousness. The order of the alcohol or the drugs makes no difference.
I'm not that kind of
Ah,
scientist.
far be it for me to understand anything that you do.
Sandra, in one of the following days, during your kind of work routine, you're approached by Xenophon, who is your friend. He's a darkling lawman, and you kind of, he's a pretty standard looking dude, kind of short side, a little hairy. He's got like lots of back hair sticking out of his like collar. And you can see that he looks a little nervous, and as you get closer, you notice he has his a fresh bruise and like a little chip on one of his. He has like these two kind of weird horns that come down, and he has like a little weird chip on his horn. And it seems like he's like worried. He's looking around. And he's like, "Hey man, uh, the guys have been giving me a woman. Sorry, I forgot. Hey, Cassandra, Miss Velvet is you tell your clients is I'm assuming you tell your clients that's your name. He says, I've been having a hard time. The guys at the station they've been asking me a lot of questions about the relationship you and I have, and
Well,
I was wondering what we could do about that. So at this point, you guys can either give him a coin to pay off the authorities, or you can hope for the best and he can roll to resist questioning, which is just a fortune roll.
Cassandra, taking this in stride, is just like, oh, they're jealous of our relationship. If they're really troubled by it, you can tell them they could come talk to me, and I could help smooth things over with them as well. And she'll do the thing where she just kind of gently pets one of the horns where it's damaged. And I'm gonna say he should try and roll it over, just on the like, why would I share with anyone else? But I'll spend that last bonus die for him.
Okay.
If I'm allowed to do that, give him that bonus die.
I'll allow it.
Right.
You spend it on whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him an extra die to hopefully not fuck this up for us.
All right. So why don't you go ahead and roll 2 die for us?
All right.
2 dice.
2 dice. Boop, boop, boop. 1, 2. All right, it didn't matter. I got a 4 and a 4.
4 and a 4. All right. So yeah, the next time you see him, he is missing a horn. Seems like they did not take very kindly to his and you get a little prompt in the corner of your screen that says Xenophon will remember this.
Yeah. Whoops. Oops. I'll make it up to him, I'm sure. I'll find a way.
Hey.
Yeah, so unfortunately that was the entanglement for this one, and with that we can do XP, and we'll have just enough time to do that.
Yeah. So
Crew
our
XP
coin
first,
is
right?
our coin is full, by the way, on our crew sheets, so we need to disperse it upon ourselves. I'm assuming Cassandra gets a tip, and 1 to Ruben, and Rion will be like, look at the preacher and be like, go ahead and take one. I still got mine from last time. So Rion will forgo taking a coin from this.
Okay.
So everybody else can get one. Yeah.
I'll take my coin back up from what I spent.
Ruben has earned that tip. I
Oh
feel.
yeah, Ruben definitely earns
Yeah,
that.
poor guy got traumatized.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't that bad, Ruben.
Oh no, I'm sure he very much enjoyed himself.
Honey. So XP for the artificers is, did you guys acquire new arcane secrets or relics, execute auspicious or clandestine deals, or secure new sales territory? I don't think so.
No.
Soon.
Soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
Contend with challenges above your current station. I feel like nah, not yet. Maybe soon. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one?
With
Yes.
with that entanglement for sure.
Okay.
With that, but also now people know where to go for a fun show.
Mhm.
Man.
You've been to the upstairs of the
yeah,
third eye shut.
yeah. Their after hours. I hear they're expanding their clientele. They're not just selling. Like, are we just a sex store at this point now? Like, is that like?
Yeah, Ruben is.
We haven't sold anything else yet.
No. Ruben is accepting a new layer to their responsibilities at the shop.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's 2. I would say that's 2 for either of those.
All right. What about express the goals, drives, and inner conflict or essential nature of the crew?
We're gonna
We're-
find that fucking box. We're gonna get
Yeah.
that box.
Trying to acquire items, that's our shtick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely, I would say that.
All right. I'll give you guys 3 crew XP total. I think that will give you guys a
level up.
so you guys will have I think you can either take a new ability or 2 upgrades. And you guys don't have to decide on that now. We can kind of talk about that in between sessions if you want.
Okay.
You get a new crew ability or 2 crew upgrades.
Cool. We'll look into that.
And upgrade points don't have to be spent immediately, just so you know. So
I think that's everything for the crew, right? Now it's just characters. I'm gonna vote Dave going first because he didn't get to do his experience last time.
All right, Dave. Remiel, did you earn you earn XP when you address a challenge with conviction or leadership? Definitely felt some conviction.
I would imagine that conviction was present at the time of looking at the tentacle and also while praying at and with people on multiple occasions. I think conviction is going to be present a lot.
It's going to get you those 2 XP.
I would even say also that one time, like very specifically, when you're just like, I'm not going to participate in this.
Yes.
Like it's like since we're doing things, since you're manipulating, I'm not going to participate. If this was
true,
that was definitely a conviction on your part. Yeah. So that's 2.
So yeah, 2 XP for that prompt for sure, and then I think the universal ones are the same for everybody, which is did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? I'm gonna give you a hard yes on that as well. So 2 for that. I think we can all agree
Several
on that.
Times, yeah.
And then, did you struggle with issues from your vice? I'm not sure what your vice is.
See, I'm a bit. It is currently faith. I'm wondering if that's boring. If I'm also struggling with it or not. That's something that I kind of want to think about a bit more. Because if it is, maybe. I mean,
feel free to change it whenever you want. Just let me know if you do.
Thank you. And the idea that I have is that this is consuming to him. So the fact is that he has to be thinking about it and doing something about it at all fucking times.
You care too much.
Maybe that's what that is. I'm not sure whether or not that would have.
I would say I'll give you 1 XP for it because I feel kind of the same way that it was a conviction when you refrain from doing that. It could also be, struggling, like, do I help my friends with this or do I maintain my beliefs and kind of just take a step back for this one. So, and to kind of encourage people to play into their vices more, I'll give you XP. So you made up for that last session with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6, 7 XP total. Is that right?
I was
Am I crazy?
counting, yeah, because you got 2 for sure.
Did I miss something?
4? Got 4 total with the first 2 prompts,
Or no, 1, 2,
and then
3,
if you
4,
have
5. It's 5.
I
I'm
have
sorry.
5.
I don't
So
know how to
7, huh?
count.
It's okay. It's okay. Counting is for nerds.
You know, I don't have to roll any dice this game, so you guys haven't figured that out yet. I'm just kidding.
Alright.
So
That's nice.
I'm kidding. What who wants to go next? Who's the next?
I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Sure. Okay.
Wait, who?
Me.
Ruben?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Ruben, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So your playbook specific prompt is: did you address a challenge with the supernatural, I believe, or insight?
Both. It can be either. I think insight or the supernatural. Yes. It was my dowsing, and addressing my cards, and the rune.
All right. Yeah, I agree. There was some very obvious supernatural things happening to
Yeah.
Ruben pretty much
You're
throughout.
pretty Yep.
So yeah, I'll give you 2 for that, and then beliefs, tribes, heritage, or background. I know I can think of at least one. Can you?
Yeah. I would say I mean leaning quite into being that weird kid, as I called it. That I definitely think leaning into, and just his general
Talking to the ancestors.
playbook. Talking to the ancestors. Listen, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you 2. There was a lot of we learned a lot about Ruben this session. I think that
Yeah.
that's a 2 for. And
Okay.
then what is
I
your
did
vice?
That's my weird. That's my mind-opening substances and
Oh yeah,
my enlightenment.
and you directly were affected by that.
Yes.
So yeah, you get a point for that as well. So 5 for Ruben as well.
Okay. So I've filled one of my playbook things. So that means I get a level up.
Yeah, so that means that you can take a new special ability.
Okay.
And that can be from your playbook, or you can choose one from another source.
Yeah.
As long as it's kind of
there's a few real nice ones in the clairvoyant, so I'll take one of those probably, but I'll decide that at some point.
Okay. All right, it's our lovely ladies. Who wants to go next?
Go ahead, Rindis.
Alrighty, I'll go next. So,
Miss Velvet.
Where's my experience on here? It's not on the sheet. Okay.
Yeah, I need to fill those in. Sorry.
That's okay. Just throw them at me then.
Yeah, for sure.
To find it.
I got them right here. When you play a Silver Tongue, you earn XP when you address a challenge with deception or influence. Very similar to the slide, I think is what it is.
Yep. All right, so definitely did that. A lot of talking people away from other businesses and convincing people to do things. There was definitely more than 2 instances of that for sure.
Sure, yeah. So 2 for that. Then let's see. And it is capped at 2, just so you guys know. I'm not like saying, but yeah, like
2 is the cap. Yeah.
Yeah. If it told me to give you more, I would. You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. You definitely express your background.
Yeah.
What drives Cassandra?
Doing her job. Her sex drive is her drive. So
she just loves her work.
She was very dedicated to her work, and as soon as she learned that this job involved having sex, she was down to clown, and she was able to wrangle another crew member into it too. So I think her ability to include her friends in this scheme because she was very open to including others into this watch party. So yeah, I think she was very open about her work and wanting to do her work and loving her work. She's gonna get the padre to partake at some point. It's a work in progress.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm thinking you definitely got 2 for that, and then I'm gonna go with 5 total since you did struggle with your vice. Couldn't resist the wine and
as soon as she saw it,
and
I was gonna say the same thing, because as soon as she saw like Ruben was having a bad time with this drink, she was still like, "Ooh, that's really nice wine, though."
It do be tasty though.
It do be tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so 5 total for Cassandra.
Nice.
That will fill up my playbook, and then I can put it in 2 other spots as well.
Fill up my heart with joy. All right. Bow.
Okay.
Let's see how you did. Rain. You play an archaeologist, you get XP when you address a challenge with knowledge or ingenuity.
I will say that when I took samples for sure from the carriage, was definitely with knowledge. I'd be like, there's something here. And that's honestly the only thing that I can think of that I did this session with that particular prompt.
Okay.
Yeah, unless y'all can all argue if you remember better than me. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I remember specifically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
With that prompt.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
So I definitely twice on that one, because one, I don't believe in a soul. With the preacher man, and also the whole like, I'm not that kind of scientist. Like, very specifically.
Oh, but you were doing a lot of investigation into the tendrils at the start as well.
Yes, the tendrils and
Yeah, drive,
the cab
for
itself.
sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What about your vice?
So my vice is pleasure, but not in the same kind of pleasure that is sexual, but it's still my body.
You get the enjoyment of a good book.
I get the enjoyment of a good workout.
You did get those sweet gains earlier.
I did get those sweet gains earlier. Like Rihanna,
yeah, but you didn't struggle with it though.
I don't know that there was one time where I had a hard time lifting the leg.
You were need to roll my eyes. Jeez.
But very specifically, her pleasure is working out to the point of it possibly like hindering her and like muscle fatigue and things like that.
So,
but I don't think
when you spend all your downtime working out, we'll consider it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
just
when
kidding.
I use it to relieve my stress and things like that. So, but yeah, so I think I just get 3 this time.
Sorry, Val.
No. I had a whole bunch last time. Like, I'm fine. Like, don't.
She's gonna kick me off her channel, guys.
I'm gonna put it 2 into my. Put 1
that was
into
fun.
my body.
Thanks for.
All right.
Thanks for coming, guys.
All right, everyone. I think that is where we're gonna go ahead and wrap up for today. Thank you so much for coming and showing up. Especially Ruben and Cassandra. Thank you for our raid from Anna over at Nymeria Streams. Y'all were appreciated. As far as the rest of the weeks go for streams, tomorrow at noon PDT, we will have the premiere of our Coriolis actual play called Tenebris, and we have an all-star cast with that. Not that y'all are all-stars, because you are. We have Red Mage Ray is GMing, playing. We have Adelaide, It's the Riddler, Cole Morale. Who else is in that game? I just made these overlays. Old Frigg is in it, and Penny for a Tail. So Mitch is in it. So it's going to be lots of space shenanigans with that game, and it's very exciting. So please tune in tomorrow for that premiere. And then on Saturday we will have Emberwind will be back with episode 3 of The Ghost of Axia. Where it's our all film cast for that one, which is super, super fun, headed by my friend Amani. And then Wednesday, I believe, is our finale for Revenge of the Gith, since we missed a lot this week. We only had 2 episodes left, and I think we're all going to just squish it in next week to stay on schedule. I still have to talk to everyone, so be sure to do that, because we did reach 1,000 followers today, which means on that particular stream of Revenge of the Gith, we're gonna get a deck of many things appear. So that's exciting. Otherwise, everybody else in the opposite order that we introduced ourselves, where can we find you in the next 7 days? What you doing?
Oh, hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Rindis of Party Wipe Games. You can find me at all places for Party Wipe Games. Tonight, we will not be recording Trudvang because I will announce for Bitch, Paying for a Tale aforementioned. Their Kickstarter for Necrobiotic ends tonight. So they are doing their Kickstarter party ending tonight. If you haven't heard of it, Necrobiotic is a fun game that we will be running on our channel as soon as Trudvang ends. Mitch will be running it for us on Thursdays, and I threw a stupid amount of money at them to have a character included in the book. So I'll be in the book. That's going to be fun. And he also showed off the cover for like the special edition book, and it looks phenomenal. So I'm going to have a hardcover of the special edition book. I'm going to be in the book. It's insane. We're going to play the game. So tonight there's no Trudvang because of that. Eventually that game will end. We're on like week 10 of an 8-week game on the 5th episode. So it's just a whole thing. It's weird how time works when people have life get in the way. Tomorrow will be the first session of me DMing on Weave the Tale. I will be running Cult Divinity Lost. I am super excited to torture people and make them cry and hopefully be spooky scared. That's going to be great. The other game that I will be running on Fridays has not started yet. It will be the end of the month. That will be a Kids on Brooms game, which will be slightly more wholesome and hopefully not traumatic. That will be on Nomadics stream and a Roll20 Presents game, so I'm excited for that. Saturday, we will be doing a session 0 of a new game because I just wanted to step back from running games because I'm going to be doing a bunch coming up. So somebody else from our crew will be taking over a 5th edition game. Sundays, we play Savage Worlds, a Weird World 2, there's the words, called Diesel Dragons, where it's a fantasy, not World War II setting where fascist dark elves took over our country and we are forming a resistance movement. It's pretty fun. It's pretty great. We have a communist dragonborn. It's good times. Mondays, we don't have anything yet. It will be Things from the Flood once that gets started. Tuesdays, we play Vampire the Masquerade. Wednesdays are open. That's it. I have a lot.
You have something every day.
Pretty much every day. Wednesday is my recovery day so that I can just not die.
Understand. We all need those. All right.
Damn.
There's so much.
So I'm Dave at Jamaica Squeeze. You can find me every weekday. I've gotten back into a rhythm, so I'm starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, doing a variety of stream. I'm all over the place right now, and I think I'm going to be with this for a little bit. I'm getting into the game that came out last week called Griftlands, which is a roguelike deck builder. So that's my regular sort of schedule thing. Also, I am joining a game on Weave that starts tomorrow. It is the Relics Game of Angels. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. Tomorrow's Friday, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow's Friday.
So, yeah. Those right now are the places where I will be regularly. I may also pop up to flame racists on Twitter. But again, you can.
We're always here for that.
Find
Always here for that.
Always here for that.
Fuck those people. Yeah.
Fuck him up. Hi everyone, I'm Emmer, Humbler the Internet. Mine's is a nice easy one because at the moment this is the only game I am on a stream. The other game that I run on here is on its hiatus. We had our finale last the weekend, which was great. I have an upcoming project that will start on Fridays that has Satan and Freddy, who are friends of the channel. I think Freddy's been in chat. So that's going to be a be gay, do crime kind of game. But yeah, all the games that I run 4 games, but they're all off stream, thankfully. Forever DM. But that's me.
Well, I'm Jammy. I'm your friendly neighborhood DM, and I'm just around on Val's Discord. If you want to get early access to the skin of the game that we're using, you can message me on Discord. Otherwise, hopefully, I'll have a version of it available for everybody next week, but no promises soon. Other than that, I'm Spider Jelly on Twitch. Other than that,
Spider
bye.
Spider J and Spider J Twitch on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I know your Twitter. I don't know how you don't know it. With that, we're gonna go raid our friends over at Final Show Films. This is my friend John. He runs the channel. They're playing some Dungeons and Dragons today, so we're gonna go give some love over to them. So yeah, we'll see you next week.